Hey, what's up, everybody? Got myself a hankering to play some Star Wars on the 32X today, and naturally, because I believe in Murphy's Law and it follows me everywhere, that's the one game I could not find. I don't know where the hell I put it. But I found all my other games, so I figured I might as well show you my small collection here. Like you can get a ginormous collection of 32X games. Hint, these are all American. I don't have any foreign ones, and I don't think there is that many foreign games. It's one of those systems for anybody new to collect, and it just did not go over. Is They were already coming out with a Sega CD or something. It's one of those things on timing. Otherwise, some of the games are pretty good, and some of them, definitely one I'm going to be showing you guys, suck ass. They suck ass, and it was an ass that was shoved up inside another ass that sucked ass. That's a lot of ass. I played it for the first time. Some of these I had stowed away after I bought them, and I forgot where I put the damn thing. So this is the first time playing them. It's so bad it annoyed me on one, which fortunately wasn't this one, but it's not the best game. But it does show you guys kind of the evolution of what we got now. Anyways, Virtua Racing Deluxe. And man, I can't remember what was out when this came out. I don't know if this is like the great grandpa of them or what. I'd have to look back on the history of this type of game, but it's got to be damn close. Anyways, Virtua Fighter, and this was a pack-in game, so I've got a not for resale sticker on it. Otherwise, not a bad game, just pretty primitive compared to the fighting games we got now. It definitely shows its age now. And Virtual Fighter 2, which I believe that I had on the Sega Saturn back in the 90s when I got one. Big difference. Still primitive compared to what we got now, but big difference on the quality of the graphics. This game is a fucking abomination, not meant for this world and needs to be destroyed. This pissed me off, man. I was getting a headache trying to play it on just the way they do the track, on how it rotates when you're making turns. It's just weird. And you look at this and you think it's just a regular old racing game. Hence, this is a motocross championship. And what they did was they threw in some of the elements of Road Rash, where you can punch and kick, but it's a regular old motocross game. And on punching and kicking, I couldn't tell if I was just running into the person and knocking them off their bike or actually making contact with them. Because once I get crowded up, everything slow down. As soon as you get in a crowd, man, you slow way down, and then you're trying like hell to speed up. And if you got any kind of hill in front of you, it takes forever to speed up. You just feel like your bike you start out with is weak as all shit. So, not the best. Now, this game, playable, but pretty damn primitive for what it is. It's like a mech warrior style game, or just mech game where you're inside the mech, and I didn't get past the first level. So you're basically in a city, and you're going in between buildings, walking around, trying to find the bad guys. And when you shoot them, it does look like it's polygon type graphics. Otherwise, it is playable. Metalhead. And this is my I need to clean it again copy of Space Harrier, as I got a better copy of it. This one just likes to act up occasionally. I almost wonder if some corrosion just got in the right spot to where it just doesn't make good contact. Otherwise, this game is awesome on the 32X, man. It's literally the arcade version. And What's funny is the arcade version. I played that when I was a kid back in the 80s, and they needed a 32X in order to make it look good. Because other than Space Harrier 2 on the Genesis, which also looks good, all the other systems in that era and before that, no, it just did not look good. So I give the guy credit for the arcade game. He made a very cool game, and I was very addicted to this, as it was one I played to death at the casinos. Or I don't know if it was a Mar one or not, man. This goes back a ways. It might have just been a one, which was the Nugget in Reno, Nevada, if the Nugget is still there, anyways. They had Space Harrier, and my dad gambled, and we'd be there till late at night. So I pumped a lot of quarters into that one and got to the point where I can beat it, which would really piss off the guy when he was there working at him collecting the money, man. They can't stand it when you can just pop in a couple of quarters and play through. But on the 32X, I'm definitely off my skill. I do better on MAME playing the original arcade game. Otherwise, it is good. Definitely one worth picking up. This is another one I had never popped in. Not really into sports games of any kind. But on sport games, let's say this is like a souped up version of Punch Out. It's not bad. Anyways, Tough Man Contest. It's one where you see the person you're fighting, and then your guy is just kind of like wireframe. This game cool, but at least for me also annoying when you're trying to do something simple like line up your other guy on a platform that you're supposed to make him stand on so you can open up a door or jump higher or whatever. It gets kind of annoying. Otherwise, it's a Sonic game, and I love the Sonic Hedgehog games. So, this is Knuckles Chaotix. Definitely worth picking up. And then this one, not the best, but I've played a lot worse on systems that are supposed to be better than the 32X when it comes to this kind of game. Anyways, this is a side-by-side kind of fighting game. Or it looks like it's aliens and robots. Anyways, Cosmic Carnage. And then my good copy of Space Harrier. Okay, now for the ones where I got a loose copy and a boxed copy. Doom, which is definitely worth picking up on the 32X. And it's definitely like the PC version from the 90s. And on the actual gameplay picture, it doesn't go full screen. It is cropped down, probably for frame rate, which I believe you have that option on the original. I haven't played the original on an old computer probably since the friggin' 90s. And I'm sure you could do that. It had to do with speeding up the frame rate a little bit so you don't have that big ass picture, so you're having to pump all the power of your computer. Hence, first time I played this was on a freaking 486 computer, which nowadays that's like a geezer with explosive hemorrhoids that's bleeding to death. Especially to the one I'm on now, my Apple computer. This thing would smoke it. Otherwise, definitely worth picking up. And then my all complete boxed copy here, which they're not showing the cropped down picture of it. They're showing like it's full screen. But same, pretty much the PC version of it. And I've never played this all the way through to beat it. I'm going to have to do that sometime. I don't know if they got all the levels on it or not. Yeah, it doesn't bring up how many levels or anything, so that's something I'll have to do some days, just play it through. Now this game, pretty cool space-style shooter, like a simulator, but easy to control simulator. It's basically like maybe a mix between Star Wars 32X and the original Silpede for Sega CD when it comes to graphics. It's got those polygon graphics for the ships and everything. It's just more like Star Wars to where you're in the cockpit, which that one, it's, I want to play it. I can't remember if that has it to where you're just stuck in the cockpit of the X-Wing or if you can have it to where it shows the X-Wing. I just can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. Is a Silpede is basically just the background is all polygon and you got the little ship to where it's just a really souped up shoot 'em up. This is more like dogfights and stuff, but pretty damn cool. Definitely worth picking up. Shadow Squadron. And then this one happens to be the only 32X game that I have sealed in the box. So that's my collection so far. Hence, when it comes to 32X in the last few years, I haven't found shit. I got a friend with the game store, or hopefully still a friend with the game store. So far he hasn't sold it yet, as he wants 50,000, as he's got a lot of inventory, but don't know. I don't know if anybody around here is gonna fork out that kind of money. I'm just in the wrong area. So unless he has somebody like coming in from Vegas or whatever that wants to pitch out that much money, then yeah, they'd be getting a pretty good deal. Otherwise, he doesn't get much 32X stuff, and he's been open for quite a few years now. It just doesn't show up. And a lot of this stuff I've either gotten through friends or from yard sales years ago when you can find it for cheap. Hence that them days are over. Every time I go to freaking Goodwill and find some game carts, it proves them days are over. Man, it's hard to find stuff cheap anymore. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I will be uploading another video. It's pretty damn long. I haven't reviewed it yet, as I do review my videos. So I can laugh at myself, which if you can't laugh at yourself, what's to laugh at? Is got multiple types of dyslexia plus ADD, so sometimes I will catch my little F-ups, usually getting the wrong word out or whatever. So a lot of these videos I do over and over and over again, man. It's one of the problems I have. I gotta just do it over and over again sometimes until I get it right, because I'll get something in my head and I keep screwing up the same thing. I excel at that. I own that shit. So the next video, man, I've got some cool stuff to show you. I made a nice score at Goodwill when it comes to turntables. I found something really rare to show you guys, which hopefully I can repair. If not, it's still worth a nice chunk of change, as it's pretty damn rare. It's one of those cool ones that I think came out in mid-'80s when they were getting into the more high-tech stuff for turntables. So have a good one, everybody. And hope you all had a good St. Patrick's Day. Hence, I'll either upload it tonight or tomorrow when it's not St. Patrick's Day. Good one.